Hi everyone, I have another after over a year later unwrapping. So I've received this over a year ago, again before I moved to this current place. I used to live somewhere else and these boxes came in just before I moved. And so they go straight to storage without being unwrapped. They've been unboxed but they haven't been unwrapped. So this is by Il Meneghello. If you are familiar with these guys, this handmade, I think handmade, maybe not, I'm not sure, but it is a self-published production company in Milan, and this is by the Maestro himself. I'm going to try to pronounce his name, Osvaldo Menegazzi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Please correct me if I am wrong. So Maestro Osvaldo himself, or Maestro Menegazzi himself, is still creating these decks personally. He is, I believe, if I am correct in my memory, to remember that he's in his 70s. If you buy decks from Arnell Art, which is their online shop, you would have been dealing, or you would most probably be dealing with Christina, his daughter. And so I believe he's been around since the 70s. And so he's been around for a long time. Il Meneghello has been around for a long time. And I think if there's any guru, or I mean, he's a maestro, right? He's a maestro for a reason. I just wanted to say that this is how you self-publish a deck. I mean, this is how you do a deck. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. There's a seal there. This is how you do a deck. This is how you make a deck, self-published or not, I guess. There it is, Milan, Il Meneghello, Osvaldo Menegazzi. I like saying that, whether that's the correct way of saying it or not. Soren, if you're watching this, I know you speak a bit of Italian. You're multilingual. Let me know. Okay, good. There is an English one here. That's Christina Dorsini. So that's, I believe, his daughter. English. Thank you. So that's just really quick. I believe she has a PhD in, I can't remember, but she's very, very knowledgeable in terms of this kind of things, but from an academic standpoint, while her father is very, very, very much on the artistic side of it. I would hate to think what would happen once he goes, but for now, I think we should enjoy, for as much as possible, his absolute genius while we can. So another shrink wrap here. This item is created by hand. Any imperfections or variations are due to its workmanship are not to be considered as defects. Gotcha. So it has bowed a little bit, but I don't care because it is an Il Meneghello deck. Oh, this is a scary part always. Part of me really do not ever want to open up this shrink wrap, to be honest, but I'm not an investor, so I don't care. Oh, look at that. That feels like okay, this is Tarocchi Visconti di Modrone. 67 cards. Interesting. I can't read that because, okay, so it is Manuscript Library, Yale University. So I'm assuming it's 67 cards because it doesn't have replacements of the missing cards. Is that how that is? 2015. So I bought this just before I moved, I think, because it would have been about early 2015, because I was in this place from August 2015, so this would have been purchased or arrived between January to mid-August 2016. The card felt very much like art papers, where you draw, you know, that sort of, let me have a look, textured. You see that texture there? It almost reminds me of thick art papers that you use to do watercolors on. Okay, so let's check out the cards. That's the back. So that's that looks like Empress of Coin there. This one looks like Emperor of Baton. So I don't think this is exactly in order. Sorry, the camera's over here. I keep going that way, excuse me. So that's the Lovers. That's the Chariot. So I believe this is a copy, direct copy from Museum Pieces, so you can tell it hasn't been touched up. And I believe this would also mean that some of the cards would be missing. That's Death. This would be Judgment. What is this then? This is Judgment, can't be anything else. So this must be the World. Don't know what this is. I have to look. What fascinates me is that this would have been its current condition. It would not have been its original condition, obviously. And so restoration and renovation are an interesting topic in the art preservation field, I believe, because at which point do you restore it, and at which point do you actually interfere with it? And so that's a whole complex argument, or it can be. And so if you've seen my Golden Tarot, that was a reproduction, or not really a reproduction, but a revamping of the Visconti. But there are several types of Visconti decks. I believe the Visconti family have probably more than just the one deck, so they're so rich that they can afford to commission probably more than just one deck. Why should they? If they can afford it, I'm sure, even though they're very expensive, they would want to have more than just one, I suppose. I just love the cardstock. It doesn't feel laminated at all. It felt naked, but it is naked in a good way because you can touch the grains and the texture and the feel of this thick art paper. Almost like cardboard there. It's basically a really, when I was a lot younger, I used to handmade little greeting cards that I tried to sell. That's when I encountered the term double minority, because I walked into an art shop and they say that I have two things going against me. I am a woman and I am of an ethnic minority, which is something I am forever grateful for being told, because I don't take it as an offense. I take it as an eye-opener, and I'm forever thankful for that. But this reminds me of that, returning from that off-tangent topic, this reminds me of the art paper I used to use to make cards. They are thick, they are matte, smooth, there's grainy, and this is really good for watercolor. It's the sort of art paper that's really good for watercolor and pencil. I love almost everything these guys do, really. They're very bad for the pocket, but so satisfying to the senses. Il Meneghello's decks are very sensual. They are very, very satisfying to the senses, is all I can say about them. I will definitely study from them, but I will not shuffle this. It's just too special. This will be a reference deck for me, and this will be a study deck for me. And this will be one of my absolute treasured collection. Not only artistic, historically it's amazing as well. It's just attention to detail, passion, heritage, history. Anyway, thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Bye.